The blue light of your smartphone is the only thing illuminating the cold room. 2:14 a.m. Your thumb hovers, trembling slightly, over the glass screen. You've written 3 paragraphs. You've explained your feelings, your reasons, your intentions. You're waiting. Waiting for that little gray bubble to appear. Waiting for a sign. Waiting for permission to feel okay again. You tell yourself, this is what a good man does. You tell yourself that being vulnerable is a virtue. Stop. Look at your reflection in that black dead screen. That isn't a man of virtue. That is a man in a cage. Your kindness is not your strength in this moment. It is the very reason she is losing respect for you. Every "I'm sorry" you didn't need to say is a brick in the wall she's building between you. Every late-night check-in is a leak in your own fortress. You think you're being patient. You're actually becoming a ghost. You are haunted by the memory of a relationship that died the moment you traded your boundaries for her approval. Validation is a drug. And right now, you are an addict looking for a fix in a text message that isn't coming. Very weak. Very, very weak. In the next few minutes, we aren't going to talk about tips or tricks to get her back. We are going to dismantle the version of you that thinks he needs her to survive. We are going to apply the ancient, brutal logic of Marcus Aurelius to the chaos of your modern dating life. The world doesn't reward the man who is nice. The world rewards the man who is unmoved. Silence is not just the absence of noise. In the hands of a Stoic, silence is a weapon. But before we sharpen that blade, you need to understand the enemy you're actually fighting. It's not her. It's the nice guy plague rotting your potential from the inside out. But why does your brain crave the very thing that destroys your dignity? The answer lies in a psychological trap you didn't even know you walked into. You're sitting across from her at dinner. Your palms are slightly damp. You're constantly scanning her face, looking for a micro-expression of approval. If she frowns, you quickly change the subject. If she sighs, you apologize, even though you've done nothing wrong. You are a human chameleon, shifting your colors to match the mood of a room you don't even own. This is the nice guy plague. It's not a personality trait. It's a parasite. It feeds on your masculine core and leaves you with a hollow chest and a forced, trembling smile. Research suggests that 93% of men in the modern West now operate from this position of conditional kindness. They believe life is a vending machine. I put in nice, and validation comes out. The machine is broken. The account is empty. Understand this. Your niceness is actually a form of manipulation. You are being agreeable because you are too terrified of conflict. You are being kind because you are too weak to be honest. This is not virtue. This is cowardice wrapped in a polite bow. Marcus Aurelius didn't say, "Be a doormat so people like you." He said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And a good man has teeth. A truly good man is a dangerous man who keeps his sword sheathed. You? You don't even have a sword. You have a white flag that you've been waving for so long, it's become part of your skin. Every time you say, "I don't mind," when you actually do, a piece of your soul withers. Every time you let a boundary be crossed without a single word of protest, you are training the world to treat you like garbage. How many times have you felt that burning resentment in your throat, only to swallow it down with a lukewarm apology? You think you are building a bridge to her heart. In reality, you are digging your own grave. The nice guy is the antithesis of the Stoic. The Stoic is autonomous. The nice guy is a dependent. The Stoic seeks the truth. The nice guy seeks safety. But there is no safety in a life where you are not the protagonist. You've been playing a supporting role in your own existence for far too long. The rot stops today. But to stop it, you must first reclaim the one resource you can never earn back. The one thing you've been handing out for free to anyone who looks your way. Your time. And the first boundary we're going to build is a fortress around your schedule. Imagine a thief standing in your hallway. He isn't there for your money. He isn't there for your watch. He is there for your pulse. Every second, he carves a piece of your life away and puts it in his pocket. He is stealing the only thing you can never earn back. And you're holding the door open for him. You're offering him a chair. In modern dating, this thief has a name. It's called unlimited availability. You give her your morning. You give her your focus. You give her your future. And you wonder why she treats you like an option rather than a priority. Seneca, 2,000 years ago, looked at the men of Rome and saw the exact same sickness. He wrote, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy." Look at your phone right now. That notification light? That's a leak in your fortress. Every time you reply to a non-urgent text in 3 seconds, you aren't being attentive. You are broadcasting a signal of worthlessness. You are telling the world, "My kingdom has no walls. My mission is secondary to your boredom. I have nothing better to do with my mortal existence than to wait for you." You think being available shows interest. It actually shows a lack of purpose. Women are not attracted to a man who is always there. They are attracted to a man who is going somewhere. If she calls and you drop your weights in the middle of a set, you lose. If she texts and you break your deep work to send an emoji, you lose. If she asks for a favor and you cancel your plans with your brothers, you lose. You aren't being flexible. You're being liquid. And liquid takes the shape of whatever container it is poured into. A man must be solid. He must be stone. Next time the phone buzzes, feel the phantom itch in your pocket. Notice the spike in your heart rate. That is your biology begging for a hit of dopamine. A Stoic recognizes the itch, but he does not scratch it. He waits. Not because he is playing a game, but because he is busy building a life that does not require her validation to be complete. But time is only the first layer of the fortress. There is a deeper, more insidious way she enters your mind without permission. It happens through the screen. It happens through the pixels. It's time to talk about your digital discipline. And most of you are failing this test before you even wake up. Look at your thumb. It's moving, isn't it? Scrolling, swiping, refreshing. You don't even realize you're doing it anymore. It's a reflex, a muscle memory of a man who has lost his autonomy. The average person touches their phone 2,617 times a day. 2,617. Every touch is a prayer to a God that doesn't care about you. Every vibration in your pocket is a leash being pulled by someone else's hand. In the realm of modern attraction, your phone is either your greatest tool or your digital cage. For most of you, it's the latter. You've turned a communication device into a confession of your own desperation. You check for her name. You check for her like. You check for her seen status. You think you are staying connected. In reality, you're broadcasting your low market value in 5G. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But how can you have power over your mind when you can't even have power over your own pocket? Listen closely. This is the law. Texting is for logistics. Period. It is for setting the time. It is for confirming the place. It is not for getting to know her. It is not for sharing your day. And it is certainly not for checking in, because you feel insecure. Every time you send a "How is your day?" text, you're telling her, "My day is so empty that I am looking for a distraction in yours." The error: you reply instantly to show you care. The solution: you reply when it is convenient for your mission. Silence is not ghosting. Silence is your boundary. It is the statement that your focus is not for sale. It is the proof that you're occupied with something greater than a chat bubble. Space creates desire. Availability kills it. If she texts you, let the message sit. Let the dopamine spike in her brain turn into a question mark. Why isn't he replying? That question mark is where attraction grows. You aren't playing a game. You are protecting your peace. But there is a final layer, a boundary so deep that most men never find it. It's the difference between a man who acts stoic and a man who is stoic. It's the shift from chasing her world to making her want to live in yours. And it starts with the one thing you've been afraid to do since the day you met her. Walk to the mirror. Stop looking at the screen and look at the man staring back at you. Look at the lines around his eyes. Look at the tension in his jaw. You've spent weeks, months, maybe years trying to figure out the right thing to say to her. You've analyzed every comma and every silence. What a waste of a king's mind. You think the problem is that she doesn't respect your boundaries. The truth is much colder. You don't respect your own life. The ultimate boundary is not a wall you build to keep her out. It is a line you draw in the sand of your own soul. It is the moment you decide that your peace of mind is non-negotiable. No more chasing ghosts. No more begging for crumbs of attention. No more compromising your values for a temporary hit of dopamine. Does it hurt? Good. That pain is the death of the nice guy and the birth of the Stoic. Marcus Aurelius didn't conquer an empire because he was liked. He conquered it because he was disciplined. He knew that the only thing he truly owned was his own will. Everything else, the crowds, the politics, the women, was indifferent. When you stop caring if she stays, she finally has a reason to stay. But by then, you won't care anymore. You will be too busy. You will be too focused. You will be too occupied building a kingdom that is so magnificent. She would be lucky just to stand in its shadow. There are 8 billion people on this planet. Why are you acting like she is the only oxygen left in the room? The world does not give you what you want. The world reflects back to you who you are. If you are a beggar, the world will give you coins. If you are a king, the world will give you an empire. Setting boundaries is not about being alpha or toxic. It is about the radical act of self-ownership. It is about realizing that the most attractive thing a man can possess is a life he loves more than any woman. So, put the phone down. Delete the draft. Walk out the door. The woman you've been chasing is gone. The man she was supposed to admire hasn't arrived yet. Are you going to keep her waiting?